I live for moments like this. It's at the core of who I am. And it's actually at the core of who you all are too. Because much of being human developed right here around a campfire. Think about it. Language was developed, hunts were celebrated, food was cooked, families fellowshipped all around a flame. I'm Brad Luttrell, I'm the co-founder and CEO of GoWild. This is my family. We're an active bunch, like to get outside, hike, bike, run, fish. And as an outdoor tech enthusiast, I've always found it interesting how people gather around things they love to do, kind of like campfires. As a runner, I have a place I can go and talk to other runners. I can track my recent splits. As a cyclist, I can track my mileage and find where it's safe to bike. For working out, I can connect with other people, just like me. These strong communities bring people together for more than just the data. You're able to find people who are just as crazy about this activity as you are. They've shaped their life around it. Let's look at this one. This is a cycling app. They're closing in on 40 million people. They're adding 1 million new ones every 30 days. And together, this audience is creating 15 million posts per week. Now, I thought for sure this was going to happen in the outdoors, but it turns out the further you get away from the pavement, the less likely you are to find an app that caters to you. Hiking, for example, I would love to be able to track my elevation change or my animal sightings. Fishing, I would love to track my heart rate as I hook a big one, or to track my species. And I want to do the same thing when I'm hunting. But this audience, we're on the outside looking in. Silicon Valley solves Silicon Valley's problems. And the Valley doesn't understand one of America's most passionate audiences, outdoor enthusiasts. And in fact, Big Tech is actively banning, blocking this type of content from its platforms. So we built it with GoWild. GoWild is a robust, activity-based platform for outdoor enthusiasts. We're empowering conversations, we're tracking outdoor activities, and we're launching e-commerce for gear. The consumer's value here is that we track 40 plus activities, and we track specifically the metrics that matter to the outdoor enthusiasts. Our achievement tracker allows you to log more than 200 species, and you can actually track the data points that are relevant to that species. We log your data and your photos to your profile so you can go back and relive that moment later. Our functionality extends beyond the field. It goes into the kitchen where you can share and find recipes. You can share and find podcasts and TV shows. This is all about learning. And within GoWild, you get really great engagement to do that. I actually learned to shoot my bow. I learned to shoot archery for the first time last year using the GoWild app. So now that we know all about this audience, we're going to roll that into e-commerce. So we know all about the user, we know what they like to do and how they like to do it. So we're going to take that and help them find the gear that they need to do it. We'll be able to figure out what gear you want, what gear you have. We can track what gear you're leaving reviews on. And when you go to shop, this is important because who really wants to look at 5-star reviews from anonymous people, right? I want to know what the best people are using. So we're going to be able to rank items, not by 5-star reviews, but by the percentile. So I want the gear that the top 25% of people are using, right? So I can find that within our platform. That's a layer of data that not even Amazon has. So some of you are probably wondering about the market for all this functionality. If you look at running, it's a $16 billion industry. Fitness is a $35 billion industry. These are huge, right? Hunting and fishing is 3 times the size of that. And if you want to zoom out to the outdoors overall, which is our total market, 102 million people in the United States, and it has an $887 billion economic impact. That is 20 times the size of running and fitness. Yet all of the activity tracking apps right now, they're building for RunFit. These are big time gear spenders. $465 is spent every single year by hikers and campers. Anglers spend $1,200. Hunters are $2,800, which is more than double the anglers. So brands know this, but they can't find them. There's no niche community, and without a niche community, you can't use geolocation, and you can't track their behavior if you're not building for the behavior. So what this has done for marketing is it's turned into a really noisy place. Brands talk all the time, they target wide, because they can't figure out exactly how to target. So for the consumer, everybody's talking all the time. And guess what? When everybody's talking, no one's talking. Nothing resonates. It's not any better on the brand side. No one owns the path to purchase. As a brand, if you can sell on Amazon, where you're going to have steep margin cuts, and you're not going to have any access to data. Amazon doesn't share a whole lot of data about your customer back with you. So if you want to compete with Amazon, you can go out and build your own product, market against Amazon, try to get them to your website, but you still live in a data vacuum. You only have data about the credit card swipes on your website. Someone with a large retailer in the outdoor recently said this: data doesn't exist on the honey consumer. I've been told this in fishing as well. That's not what our clients say. In fact, one of our clients said, GoWild's insights and data put your brand at the right place at the right time. Now this is from Obsession Bow, so I want to show you all some value that we're bringing to brands right now. We have highly targeted leads. So for Obsession, for example, when someone shoots their bow, they log that activity on our platform, they're able to log a session. And you are never more likely to realize that your bow sucks than after you just shot it for an hour. So what do? We serve an ad. Hey, since you're a member of the GoWild community, we'll give you 15% off your new bow. This is highly effective. We're going to do the same thing with our new e-commerce platform. So I told you all of the functionality we have on the species and the activity tracking. We understand this audience very well. So instead of hitting broad, like that noisy marketing I talked about, I can hit you with the exact lure that would be interesting to you for the type of fishing that you do. It's very specific and it's more likely to convert. And through all of this mapping, we have a great understanding of the path to purchase, better than any of these brands, better than anyone in the industry. So as we talk to big brands, this is the part that they get really excited about, is better understanding their consumer. So we can actually work with them to sell data back to them to help them better understand the path to purchase and the product life cycle. So this opens up 3 revenue streams for GoWild. First is where we're living today. We're working on niche sponsorships, just like I mentioned with Obsession. Our e-commerce platform is a beautiful thing. We never touch product, we never ship product, I don't deal with returns, we get a commission of everything that's sold though. And then again, working with brands on the analytics side to be able to sell the data to help them learn about their own exact customers. If anyone's taken a toll through Bass Pro or Cabela's, they'll recognize some of our clients, and I'm sure everyone here recognizes at least a couple of our partnerships, most notably Garmin and the National Wild Turkey Federation. On the competitive side, no one is close to really capturing the data that we're capturing in this platform. Actually, everyone's focusing primarily on mapping, and they're incredibly niche, either just hunting or just fishing. The closest to what GoWild does is actually the cycling app that I mentioned, and they're tracking 1 outdoor activity and hiking. We have 40. It's been a great year so far. Actually, since we've been in Stadia, it's been about 6 months since we got accepted, and we've had 130% growth in our monthly active users. That actually brings us to 16,000. Actually, I need to update this slide. It's getting ready to take to 17,000 monthly active users. And I'm sure the smart people in the room are saying, yeah, but what about your retention? It's going great. 63% increase in Q2. We had a really great Q1 as well, similar results. And once we get them, we got them. 74% of our audience prefer GoWild to other social media networks. We're adding 520 new active members every single week. Now, I know that probably sounds small because we're all used to billions and millions with Facebook and Instagram, but I want to mention again, these are big spenders, and we're launching an e-commerce platform. So every single week, we add $1.8 million in consumer spend to our platform. Again, we're launching e-commerce. You guys heard that part right. All right, we're opening up a funding round. We actually opened this up about 2 weeks ago. It's a $1.1 million round. That is going to get us about 18 months of runway. It's going to get us to the e-commerce product we've been talking about. We're going to hit 100,000 monthly active users with that. At least we've been beating our projections, so I expect to be above that. We're going to add 5 new team members with this round. We launched around 2 weeks ago. We have closed $825,000 in 2 weeks. So we have about 25% of the round left. We are interested in oversubscribing to the right partner, which I believe through the Stadia family could be in this room. We've seen some really impressive exits in activity tracking. These are going to big brands because they understand that hitting people when they're doing the activity has a lot of value to it. The important thing to note here is that a lot of these are happening in the smaller market, and none of these had a significant e-com integration. Don't take my word for it. This is from one of the biggest apparel companies in the world. They say GoWild built the best platform we've seen for owning the consumer's calendar across any sport. That last part's important. I'm willing to bet there's some people in the room who say, Brad, I don't know anything about hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, whatever. But I think you guys are perfect. You guys understand passion. You understand teams and community. You understand what it takes to love something so much you'd stand outside with your shirt off in like 20 degrees in front of 50,000 people to cheer for strangers who you'd only read about online or seen on TV, all because you love it. You talk about it at family dinners, it obsesses you. You understand what that is. That's our audience. They're crazy about this. Their spouses would say, wish they'd shut up talking about it. You all get community. You understand what it means to love something this much. Again, we're bringing people around something they love to talk about it, to share. GoWild is a digital campfire. We're bringing people together through community, around their passion, and to share their adventures. And with the help of some of the people in this room, I think the sky's the limit for GoWild. I'd love to talk with you all at the social. Thank you.